This is question 63 on chemistry from the 2012 IMAT. So we're told that Avogadro's constant is 6 times 10 to the 23 per mole. So how many hydrogen atoms are there in 0.42 grams of cyclohexane, given these relative atomic masses? So firstly, what is cyclohexane? It looks something like this, with a ring of 6 carbons completely saturated by hydrogens. So what's its molecular formula? We have 6 carbons and 12 hydrogens, so C6H12. Now we want how many hydrogen atoms there are in a particular mass of C6H12. So where are we going to get that from? Well, we need to know firstly how many molecules of C6H12 we have, and how do we get that? Well, Avogadro's number tells us that there are this many atoms or molecules inside a mole. So if we can work out the number of moles, then we can work out the number of molecules. So how do we get the number of moles? So we've got the mass and we've got the relative atomic masses. So how do you work out the relative molecular mass? We need to add up the atomic masses. So we have 6 carbons and 12 hydrogens. So 6 times 12 plus 12 times 1 is 72 plus 12, which is 84 grams in a mole. So how do we get from mass and relative molecular mass to the number of moles? So the formula is N is number of moles is mass over relative molecular mass. So let's put the numbers in for cyclohexane. We have 0.42 grams divided by 84 grams per mole. So what does this come out as? Well, 42 over 84 would be 0.5. So 0.42 over 84 would be 0.005. So that's how many moles of cyclohexane we have. So we have the number of moles, but remember we need the number of molecules. So how do we get this? So there are this many molecules in a mole, and we have this many moles, so what should we do? Let's multiply to get the number of molecules, number of moles by how many molecules there are in a mole. So N times Na comes out as 0.005 moles times 6 times 10 to the 23 in a mole. Now, maybe you can do this in your head, but I'm going to break it up. So what would 5 times 6 to the 10 to the 23 be? So that would come out as 30, and we've still got 0.001. So what's 30 times 0.001? That's the same as 30 divided by 1,000, which is 0.03. Now finally, I'm going to change it into standard form. So if it's this times 10 to the 23, then it'll be 3 times 10 to the 21. So that's how many molecules of cyclohexane we have. Now, how many atoms of hydrogen do we have? So if there are 12 hydrogens in each molecule, then it makes sense to multiply the number of molecules by 12 to get the number of hydrogen atoms. So let's put the numbers in. We have 12 times 3 times 10 to the 21. 12 times 3 is 36. So what's that in standard form? It'll be 3.6 times 10 to the 22 atoms of hydrogen. So that's our final answer, which corresponds to E.